If you want to improve your English, this is your video. Listen carefully, repeat the lines, and enjoy the story. My name is Tom. I am 35 years old. I live in the Old West. I am a simple man. I have a horse. My horse is brown. His name is Dust. One morning I ride on a long road. The sky is big and blue. The wind is cold. The land is dry. I see sand and rocks. I see old trees. I see a long fence. I am tired. I need water. I need a place to rest. Far away, I see a small town. The town is quiet. It has one main street. It has a saloon, a small store, and a sheriff's office. I ride slowly into town. People look at me. They do not smile. They look worried. Some people look down at the ground. Nobody talks. I stop near the store. I tie Dust to a post. I walk inside. A man behind the counter looks at me. He is old. He has gray hair. He looks tired. I say, "Hello, can I have water, please?" He gives me a cup of water. I drink. The water is warm, but it is good. I ask, "Why is everyone so quiet?" The old man looks left and right. He speaks softly. He says, "We have a problem here." I say, What problem?" He says, "A bad man controls this town." I ask, "Who is he?" The old man says, "His name is Cole Brandt." I repeat, "Cole Brandt." The old man nods. He says he has many men. He has guns. He has money. He takes our water. He takes our land. I feel angry, but I stay calm. I ask, "Where's the sheriff?" The old man points outside. He says, "The sheriff is there, but he is scared." I look outside. I see the sheriff near the office door. He is a young man. He holds his belt, but he does not look strong. He looks nervous. I walk to the sheriff. I say, "Hello, I am Tom. What is happening here?" The sheriff looks at me. He says, "Please, do not make trouble." I say, "I only want to understand." The sheriff takes a deep breath. He says, "Cole Brandt owns the well. The town needs that well. Without it, we cannot live." I ask, "Why does he own it?" The sheriff says, "He says it is his land now. He has papers. Maybe the papers are fake, but his men are real." I look down the street. I see the saloon. I hear loud laughing from inside. The sheriff says, "Cole Brandt is in the saloon now." I say, "Okay." The sheriff looks surprised. He says, "Okay, that is all." I say, "I will take a look." The sheriff says, "Please be careful." I walk to the saloon. The doors are swinging doors. I push them and enter. Inside it is dark. There is smoke in the air. Men are drinking. Men are playing cards. A piano plays slow music. I see a man in a black hat. He sits at a table in the center. He smiles like a snake. Two men stand behind him. I know this is Cole Brandt. I walk slowly. I stop near his table. Cole Brandt looks at me. He says, "You are new." I say, "Yes." He smiles. He says, "New men should learn one thing. This town is mine." I say, "This town is for people too." His men laugh. Cole Brandt does not laugh. He looks at me with cold eyes. He says, "What is your name?" I say, "Tom." He says, "Tom, do you want trouble?" I say, "No, I want water for the town." Cole Brandt leans forward. He says, "Water costs money." I say, "People are poor." He shrugs. He says, "Not my problem." I look at the room. Everyone is silent now. Even the piano stops. I can feel fear in the air. I take one step back. I say, "Okay, I understand." Cole Brandt smiles again. He thinks he won. I leave the saloon. I walk outside. I breathe the fresh air. I do not want to fight, but I also do not want to run. I walk to my horse. Dust waits for me. I see a woman near a fence at the end of the street. She is standing alone. She looks worried. Her dress is dusty. Her hair is dark and messy. She looks at me. She walks closer. She says, "Sir, are you a writer?" I say, "Yes." She says, "Please help us." I ask, "What is your name?" She says, "My name is Mary." I say, "What do you need?" Mary looks down, then she looks at me again. She says, "Cole Brandt's men took my brother yesterday. They say he stole water." I ask, "Did he steal water?" She says, "No, he only gave water to a sick child." I feel angry again. I say, "Where's your brother now?" Mary says, "They keep him near the well, in a small wooden house." I ask, "Is he alone?" She says, "No, 2 men guard him." I think for a moment. I say, "Okay, Mary, I will try." Mary's eyes get wet. She says, "Thank you." I say, "Stay here. Stay safe." That night the town is quiet. The moon is bright. The wind is soft. I ride dust slowly out of town. I do not make noise. Soon I see the well area. I see a small wooden house. I see 2 guards with rifles. They sit near a small fire. They talk and laugh. I stop behind some rocks. I watch. I do not want to kill anyone. I want to save the brother. I take a small stone. I throw it far to the left. It makes a sound. 1 guard stands up. He says, "What was that?" He walks to the left to check. The other guard stays near the fire. He looks around. I move quietly. I walk behind the wooden house. I find a small window. I look inside. I see a young man. He is tied with rope. He looks tired and scared. I whisper, "Hey." He looks at me. He says, "Who are you?" I say, "I am Tom. Mary sent me." His eyes open wide. He whispers, "Please help me." I say, "Yes." Quiet. I find a loose board near the window. I push it slowly. I make a small opening. I reach inside and cut the rope with a small knife. The young man rubs his wrists. I whisper, "Can you walk?" He nods. We move to the back door of the house. The door is old. It creaks a little. We stop. We wait. The guard near the fire coughs. He looks away for 1 second. I open the door slowly. We step outside. We walk behind the house. We go to the rocks. But then, a voice shouts, "Hey!" The guard near the fire sees us. He raises his rifle. I push the young man down behind a rock. I stand up. I say, "Stop!" The guard shoots. The bullet hits a rock near my head. I duck. The other guard runs back from the left. Now 2 men are coming. I do not have much time. I take my gun. I shoot in the air 1 time. Bang! I shout, "Go back! Nobody needs to die." The guards stop for a moment. They look scared. They did not expect this. Then they shout and run again. I shoot near their feet, not at their bodies. Dust gets nervous. He moves. I grab Dust's reins. I say, "Easy, boy." I help the young man stand up. I say, "Run with me." We run to the horse. The guards shoot again. The bullets hit the ground. We jump on Dust. The young man holds my waist. We ride fast back to town. The wind hits my face. Dust runs strong. After some minutes, we reach the town. Mary is waiting near the fence. When she sees her brother, she cries. She says, "Ben!" So his name is Ben. Ben jumps down. Mary hugs him. She is shaking. I say, "You are safe now." But I know the problem is not finished. The next morning, Cole Brandt rides into town with 5 men. They stop in the middle of the street. Cole Brandt shouts, "Where is the thief?" People are scared. They close their doors. They hide. I walk into the street. Cole Brandt looks at me. His face is red with anger. He says, "You did this." I say, "Yes." He laughs, but it is not a happy laugh. He says, "You are brave or stupid." I say, "Leave this town. Give back the well." Cole Brandt says, "No." He puts his hand near his gun. The street is silent. The sheriff watches from the door. His hands shake. I look at the sheriff. I say loudly, "Sheriff, this is your town too." The sheriff swallows. He steps forward 1 step. He says, "Cole Brandt, you must leave." Cole Brandt looks shocked. Then he smiles with hate. He says, "So, you found your voice." Now Cole Brandt and I stand face to face. The sun is bright. The air is still. This is a duel. I take a deep breath. Cole Brandt moves first. I move fast. 2 shots ring out. Bang! Bang! Cole Brandt's gun flies from his hand. He falls to the ground holding his arm. He is not dead, but he is defeated. His men look at him. They look at me. They are scared. I say, drop your guns. One by one, they drop their guns. The sheriff walks forward. He takes the guns. He says, you are under arrest. Cole Brandt groans. He says, this town will die without me. I say, no, this town will live without you. People come outside now. They look amazed. They start to talk. They start to smile. Mary comes closer. Ben stands next to her. Mary says, thank you, Tom. Ben says, you saved my life. I nod. I say, help each other. Protect your well. Stay strong. The sheriff says, will you stay in town? I look at the road. I look at the horizon. I say, no, I am a rider. I must go. Mary looks sad, but she understands. I tie my bag to dust. I get on my horse. I look back one last time. The town is not silent anymore. It feels alive. I ride into the open land. The sun goes down. The sky turns orange and red. Dust and I ride forward. In the Old West, the road is long, but a good heart is stronger than fear. And sometimes, one rider is enough.